guys, I am Chris Kaler.
And I'm Amber from Kyuujin cosplay, and today we are back with you guys with Zero, episode 17 from season 2.
Yes.
Yeah, 17. So we learned that Emilia was the witch daughter.
Well, yeah, she basically admitted it. She's facing the witch right now during the trial.
Yep.
Aside from that last episode was about Garfield and his past, we now know why his mom left. It's really sad, and he kind of made this story up in his mind because otherwise, you know, he didn't understand why she left. And he didn't remember, you know, how she left. So yeah, he built up this story in his head where he was the villain that pushed his mother away. And it's really sad, but now he knows the truth, and he's changed a lot in that short amount of time. So hopefully he's on his way to healing.
Once you release that pent-up anger, you're of course gonna change.
He faced the trial too, and he passed, so at least that part of his story is over. And he seems to be okay with, you know, helping us leave the sanctuary now. So that's good. And yeah, we're facing the witch right now, so I say we jump into this episode and see what happens.
Alright.
Let's go. It's so creepy because it means basically Petelgeuse basically met himself before he became himself. He met someone that went just as crazy, although maybe he was that fucked up before. But yeah, I think the witch factor, or his authority, basically did not fit with his body and turned him into someone crazy.
I guess.
So I think there was talk of this in season 1 about, you know, maybe if Subaru had it, he would maybe react completely differently from how Petelgeuse, you know, reacted, because there is, you know, I think they're novels, right? They're side novels that show you possible stories, like what if he had done that instead of that, and there is one where he chooses the path of becoming one of those. And he reacts completely differently, so that means he's not Archbishop yet, or if he's on this path, or if he is, he hasn't been changed yet. Like, it's not happened yet. I don't know how this interaction is gonna influence the whole thing.
Right now, Betelgeuse is an Archbishop,
we
but
don't know how
not
to
one of
pronounce
the
name though. Petelgeuse.
Petelgeuse.
Yeah.
That guy is not one of the witch archbishops.
Yeah, not yet. Probably. Although he is in the cult, he's wearing the dresses, unless those are not necessarily the dresses to the witch's cult, but they will
become the witch's cult. Yeah.
Because the Archbishop of Greed is not wearing the same thing, so it's not something linked to the witches per se. Although he does seem to be part of a cult, some kind of monk or something, you know. Yeah, he's got a job linked to the seal. His job is to make sure the witch stays sealed. They look after, her daughter. So I'm like, they're linked to the witch still, but they're not crazy like in season 1. So when he turned crazy, he basically brought along everyone that was following him.
Okay. From his own reaction when he saw Emilia, maybe he was really, really close to our father and mother. Maybe just the mom.
For a sec, I had the idea, like, what if he was the dad? But
both the dad and the mom are sealed away.
Apparently.
But I don't think that if the witch was bad from the beginning, you would have been so in adoration.
Well, we know she wasn't completely bad if we remember how she was in the dream world. With Echidna and the other witches and Subaru, she was completely different from the fucked up witch that was outside. We talked about this, about how maybe when, she's in the real world, she has been taken over by her power, her sin. But
we just need to figure out what happened for her to be sealed away with her husband.
Well, if it's a Petelgeuse situation, maybe she was, she was handling it, and she had her power and stuff, and she was fine. She met Petelgeuse, she had her followers, she had her husband, they had a daughter, and then she got overtaken by her sin little by little, and then she started doing crazy stuff, and they had to seal her away. And now, like, they still remember who she used to be, because they seem to be pretty old, so they remember who she used to be. It's just that they cannot allow who she's become to be free. So they still take care of, they take care of her daughter. They don't feel resentment towards her daughter, towards Satella, because they remember who she used to be, but they cannot afford to have her, now as she is in the real world. So they keep, the door locked and stuff. I don't know, I feel like maybe if, all they had met before was the crazy witch that we know from the present, the one that, seems to be killing people left and right because she's crazy in love with Subaru.
Yeah.
They would not fondly look after her daughter. Like, there's a reason why Emilia faced racism and rejection her entire life, because she looks like Satella.
Yeah.
So, yeah. But, yeah, I mean, she was living with a bunch of elves. I don't know if... I don't remember if she mentioned if the elves were gone. Like, I don't think so, right? But the elves reject her because she's only half elf. Right?
I think, yeah.
And the humans reject her because she's an elf, so she's linked to the witch.
I don't think I decided the elves were gone, no.
Yeah, that's the thing. But this community,
maybe correct us in the comments, guys, just to be sure that
are they gone? I don't think so.
Making things clear.
I don't think so. They might be rare though. I don't know. This is a community of elves, and from the looks of it, they're all gonna die. At least, like, we know what we've seen so far is she's gonna figure out the truth. She's gonna call her mother a liar. She's gonna, be mean and stuff, and the other one's gonna lie. Fortuna's gonna, cry and stuff. Then something will lead to her being stuck in ice, and somehow she knew Puck from before that because he was looking for her. And considering Puck has ice powers and stuff, there's a good chance that either she tried to connect with Puck and she used the power, or Puck went crazy after something that happened, but... There's a reason why everything turned to ice.
Do you think that maybe she tried to make the contract with Puck, but it went wrong?
I don't know. Maybe she lost it learning the truth, or she did it herself. Like, there's a reason why she survived this, but no one else did. It might be because she's the witch's daughter. But she was completely stuck in ice, and she was there for, like, what, 100 years? That's what they said. And then Puck took her out. We gotta watch that movie. Honestly, we said several times we were gonna do it, but we keep forgetting, and it's like it's about time we watch it because it might answer a lot of questions. But even without watching the movie, it's a good thing, to be theorizing and discussing the story here. And I like to see her as a kid. I feel like it's such a contrast to how she was. Like, we still see a bit of that innocence and sweetness in her now, but
she was been more outgoing, more carefree,
definitely
more curious,
Well, yeah, she didn't know the truth.
I think that in a way, even though she didn't remember what happened to her, like you said, there's something in herself that just remember what happened, maybe.
Well,
I think that in her mind she kind of remembered the promise that Mother Fortuna told her.
Well, she didn't remember her though. Like,
no.
she didn't remember anything of that. But considering she woke up alone, surrounded by, statues of snow and ice, and she only had Puck in her life, that definitely changed her. And then once she joined back with society, she was looked down upon. People judged her, and they didn't trust her, and they treated her like garbage. So anyone would be changed by that. Like, if she was the outgoing little kid that we've seen in this episode before, that kid is buried deep right now because of all the mistrust, because of all the judging, because of what she's faced in her life after the 100 years in ice thing. If she kept a feeling, if she kept phantom feelings and emotions from before, I feel like that is buried very deep, and that's why we're doing this right now. Like, we're basically reconnecting with that side of her. So I don't know if it's gonna change her, but
why do you think that they kept her locked up in her room? I know that they're
I
trying
don't
to
think they locked her up.
her,
Like, it's not so much that they lock her up. I feel like they lock her up. Well, they tell her to stay in there when she's alone, when she's got other stuff to do. But it's not. I don't think they can parade her everywhere. She is the witch's daughter. Like, it's dangerous to have her around people who might want to kill her, or to have her, maybe facing people who know where she comes from. Maybe she's too young for that. So just to protect her, they keep her there. But, like, she was mad a bit that she left the house without telling her, but, like, it's not like they dragged her back into that room right away. Like, I think that if she's around, Fortuna, she can go out. Right?
I hope. I hope that they let her get out.
Because, like, I mean, she did say, like, people do come and see her in that little room. So yes, it does feel like she has to stay in there all the time, which is kind of bullshit. But I mean, when she met Betelgeuse, like they stayed outside and they played together with her. So I don't think it's
once they are outside, why not stay outside?
Well, that's the thing. I don't think it's the going outside that they fear as much as just her being in danger, because I feel like it's their job to keep her safe. Like they are looking after the door, but they are also looking after her, and to keep her, in that room where they know where she is, and she still has her things. I think Petelgeuse was referring to maybe letting her leave the room more often, and she was like, why we can't do that. So yeah, I feel like yes, they are keeping her in that room, but not so much because they don't want her outside, more because they want to keep the outside away from her.
Yeah.
So it is. I mean, it doesn't make much of a difference. It is kind of like a prison, but they are handling it.
I don't think that in that case it's gonna help her to just be stronger and be able to handle what the outside world has to.
Well, it depends.
To throw at her,
It depends what their plan was, but we know it's not gonna lead to that, because unless like she's gonna age in that ice thingy, or she's just gonna be stuck in time. Because if she ages in that thingy, she could be stuck in the ice, cube, a week from now. Like she could still be a kid when that happens. If she gets stuck in it when she's already of age, the age we saw when she came out, then we still have some time to see her grow and see what their plan was with her. Maybe they would allow her to leave and stuff. But in the flashback where she said that Fortuna was a liar and she broke her promise, she seemed really young too. So I don't know.
I think that happened when she was younger. Yeah.
Yeah.
So she got stuck in ice. She survived though.
In any case, this was just a preview of what she's gonna face next episode. So I mean, I say it's not like that we don't have much to talk about. I did wonder, how is Beatrice linked to Petelgeuse? Now that we know he was like this before, we did have, we did wonder, because she was talking about him in a kind and nice way, and we were like, so they knew each other, like they had a thing going on, they were friends, and he was different perhaps because who would become friends with the crazy guy from last season? I don't know, but who knows? I wonder how they're connected. Like, how do they know each other? Because it seemed like she didn't really know what happened to him later on. So, and we know she's been stuck for 400 years in that room. So after that happened, she probably didn't meet him. But she was linked to one of the witches, and he's linked to one of the witches. So,
what was against the pact that she made with the Witch of Greed?
That nothing was actually going to happen, but she was supposed to stay in the library and take care of it until one person would come in and free her, sort of. But she's been waiting for that person that was going to make the change, ever since. When there is no person that could make the change, she just had to decide, oh, you're the person, so I'm done. It came down to how she would react.
So just with that, I thought that for one sec, if she used to be friend with Petelgeuse, she could probably make a pact with the witch to maybe try to find a way to save him and brought him back from whatever where he went. But yeah, with what just remind me, it doesn't make sense. So yeah, never mind.
Well, I don't remember. I don't actually think they told us why she made a pact with the witch, but that was the deal basically. She stays in there until that special person comes in and saves her. We'll have to wait and see. Like, we need to know how he turned into the Petelgeuse that we know, and if we do see how he's linked to Beatrice, maybe it's gonna happen in the next few episodes. I would like to see that backstory. It was already pretty disturbing. Well, not disturbing, but kind of sad, because it changed
It's sad when you know what's gonna become of him.
Yeah, it changed a creepy character into a creepy character with a tragic backstory. So I'd like to maybe see what is gonna happen. I mean, it could happen next episode. We don't know. They're gonna have to face the Archbishop of Greed, so that's a thing. And then later on, we need to learn the truth for Emilia and see how she becomes stuck in ice. So,
oh boy. Okay.
Still a lot to discover. So, great episode. Very carefree. There's not many of those in ReZero, so we take them whenever they show up. And hopefully next episode isn't too crazy. Anyway, thank you guys so much for watching this episode with us. If you want to see the next one right away, it is on Patreon already. You can check it out right now if you want. The link's in the description below.
And if you don't, wait for the next one to be out on YouTube, which will be next week, guys. So we're gonna see you then.
Bye.
Bye, guys.